Welcome my Aries babies. This is going to be a weekly reading for the 29th of March to the 4th of April 2021. I'm going to split it up into two parts. First is going to be finance and career, and the second part, love and relationships. Let's see, what have we got for Aries for finance and career, Spirit? Finance and career for Aries, Spirit. That one out. That's a good looking card. Right, let's go. Oh no, one more shuffle. So how we're going to do these readings is going to be last week, what's happening right now, what's hidden away, and that might be just in your subconscious or things that you don't know about, some advice from the universe, and a likely outcome. Don't forget that up until here, it is what it is, and you have the power to change the outcome just by listening to what we're discussing today. So I see last week, Aries, have the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Coins, and the Wheel of Fortune usually means something drastically changed for you for the better. Are we talking career-wise or money-wise? Perhaps there was a start of discussion by your employers to give you a promotion, that kind of thing. It's actually something you've been waiting for. In fact, it feels like you've been waiting so long for this to happen, Aries, but it is happening now in the background, and I think we'll see as we progress the evidence of the changes. What's happening right now? King of Coins. So this is the father figure in the deck of money, if you like. And for me, in this context, it's like it's that person that has control over your money, or control over your promotion, or control over your career. It could even be your broker. So it kind of ties up with this change because it's moving from this way. I think there's been a change in attitude by your employer. Something's coming, and they're definitely working on it right away. And there's an indication of a new journey. So it could be a new project that's coming up for you. If you've been looking to borrow money to start a new venture, I think that process is about to start for you, because there's definitely this new journey coming on, like a complete new journey for you. So if it's not a promotion, it might be a windfall in money, maybe you're going to inherit something, but it certainly looks like that process is starting at the moment. What's happening in the background, though, Aries, there might be debate amongst people. So I use the example, if this promotion is in the pipeline, there may still be some debate around finalizing the details. And I say details because the King of Swords is the father of action, if you like, and he's quite cutting if you look at the sword, kind of analogy, if you like, and he's going to, within this decision process, he's going to be the one. Usually this would be like the chief accountant, or that kind of thing, and he will be the one looking at the numbers to see whether it makes sense. So that's going on in the background as well. Some advice from the universe for the coming week, Aries. King of Cups. Gee, you've got three kings. It's just amazing, actually. So the King of Cups, I think what you need to do is focus on some gratitude this week for where you are. Focus on gratitude that things might be changing for you, and accept the change. The death card's not a it's not a bad card in my eyes. I know it looks a little bit scary, but the death card is the end of one thing and the beginning of another. So you've got both the Fool and the death card here, which means things are going to change drastically. A cycle is coming to a complete end, and it's ready for a new cycle. This might even be if you've applied for a new job and your CV's in this whole process, but this coming week, it certainly looks like things are going to happen. And in fact, if you've applied for a job or multiple jobs, you may even find yourself in a position having to choose between two things, and that's a fantastic scenario. And I've got the Knight of Wands here as your overall energy card, and the Knight of Wands is a message coming in. So if you're waiting on a message on an application in any way, I really feel that this is going to come in this week. And I do feel though that when you look at offers that come in, try not to be too selfish about it at the end of the day. Look at the offers. If the offer is slightly lower than you were kind of hoping for, I would take it, because there's probably space for expansion later on, for growth within the organization or the new scenario. I'm just going to clarify that particular card quickly. Spirit clarification on the Four of Coins for Aries in the outcome. Clarification of Four of Coins. Yes, Aries, the message is going to come in quite quickly, I think, and quite honestly, they see you as a leader in your field. Or certainly, your CV may be on the very top. And the Six of Cups is usually talks about either an old friend or an old flame coming in the picture. So I'm not quite sure where this fits into it. Or it also could be a bit of advice to look after your health going forward. So if this job involves you having to be a fit person, or within a health and safety scenario, just be careful that you look after yourself in that respect. I hope that helped with your career and stuff. Please drop me a like below. It really helps my channel grow, because I am quite new. Let's have a look at love and relationships for this week. Love and relationships for Aries. Spirit, what advice do you have for love and relationships for Aries in this coming week? What advice do you have for Aries? Love and relationships, Aries. Advice for Aries on love and relationships. Love and relationships for Aries. One more shuffle. Let's get to it. Right, let's have a look. Love and relationships for Aries. Yeah, Aries, I think in the last week or two, your relationship scenario has possibly been stressing you, and to a point where you may even be questioning whether this is the right thing for you. But I would like to say that whatever's going on, there's still a lot of good in the background. Okay, the Four of Cups, has this picture of all these couples down here that you're looking at, but you're not looking at the really full and beautiful cup in the background. So perhaps you've been comparing your relationship with the relationships of friends that are around you and feeling a little envious, and it's not good for the soul, Aries, to be quite honest, because currently though, we have this Ace of Wands, so your mind has shifted away from relationships back onto your career, and perhaps it's a good distraction for you. And quite honestly, anything is possible in terms of work. So I'm glad that you've shifted your hurt feelings or your unsettling feelings about your relationship, and you're focusing on work right now, because I think that's the right thing to do. And in the background, actually, Aries, your partner really loves you, and like soulmate love, if you like. And perhaps just a little communication might get things back to normal again. And also take time to evaluate your envy of other people's relationships, and don't compare them. Nothing is normal for anybody, if you know what I mean. What may look normal to you in somebody else's relationship may not apply to your relationship at all. The things that make your relationship successful may have completely different elements from those other people that you're looking at. And also, a lot of people, very much in this social media age, will only show you the good side of their relationships anyway. So be sure that they, couples that look happy most of the time anyway, also have their shit in between. So be mindful of that, and take a look at that. Your advice for the coming week is certainly communication. If you're feeling unhappy or feeling unsettled in your relationship, now's the time to open your mouth. Sit down and have a discussion. Be honest about how you feel, and you may very well be surprised. The King of Cups is like represents the father of in a family where he puts a lot of attention on a loving family, and he's the one supporting this communication. And in fact, if it was your father and he knew about this, and he was this kind of father, he would be telling you to sit down and have a chat. Most stuff can be figured out, and mostly it's through miscommunication. You can't assume what your partner's thinking without having a good chat to them. It's coming in next week, Aries, and I look back at, we've got our overall energy here. Again, we've got this message card from your finance and career portion of the reading, and then we've got the Seven of Coins, which also comes from there. So something that you've been waiting for a long time is coming in, and it has to do with money, and this is going to change your relationship, because often when you're stressed financially, your relationship is the thing that starts to take a hit. But I just see next week that situation is going to change somewhat, and it would be a good time to sit down with your partner, with your changing financial situation, and kind of map out a future with each other. Now's the time to talk about your future, especially if money is getting better, and have that discussion on, perhaps you've been thinking of getting engaged or getting married or having children. Now would be the time, or perhaps even buying a house or moving to a new place. now would be the time, or next week will be the time, as money gets better, to have that discussion, and you'll find it'll change everything. So in summary, Aries, yes, communication is key, and if you've been unsettled by financial constraints, and that's been the basis for the tension in your relationship, have this talk, and you'll find a lot more support than what you think. Yeah, so that's it. Drop a like for me, please. Leave a comment if you like, if it makes sense to you, and I'll see you next time.